Hello percussion students, I hope everyone is excited to start playing our instruments. We are going to begin with our case. You want to make sure that your case is flat in front of you, and then once it's flat, go ahead and open it up. Now we're going to identify a few of the different pieces that you're going to see inside your case. First of all, you should see your snare drum sticks. You should see your bell mallets. There will be a drum pad, which looks like this. There will be your bell set, looks like that. And then you should have two pieces to your stand that holds the bells and the drum pad. Here's one, and here's the other. We are going to start with this part of the stand. This is the stand base. What you want to do is open up the legs so they look just like this. You don't want your legs to be open this far or to be open too little like this. But you want them open right about here. Once you have that, go ahead and tighten up this bolt and set the stand down right in front of you. And then take this part of the stand and go ahead and insert it right into the base and then tighten the screw. Now if you'll notice, we have these supports right here. We do not need to put these up to play our drum pad. So you can go ahead and leave these down because we're starting with our drum pad. So once you have your stand assembled, get your drum pad out. And you'll notice that there's threads on the bottom of your drum pad. You want to take those threads and screw them on to your stand and turn it to the right. And now you have your drum pad set up. Now we want to make sure that we have our drum pad at the appropriate height. So the way to do this is take your thumb and put it right inside your belly button, and then take the rest of your fingers and just let them relax beneath your thumb. And then the drum pad should be right below this bottom pinky here. So if you'll notice, my drum pad needs to be raised up higher. So I'll loosen the bolt, and I will raise the drum pad up. And then I'll check it again. Thumb in the belly button, and rest my fingers beneath here, and the drum pad should be close to right beneath my pinky, which now is a lot better. So once you have that set up, go ahead and take out your snare drum sticks. Now with your snare drum stick, you want to make sure the tip is facing away from you because that's the part that we're going to play the drum with. All you do, take your right hand and you're going to make a little T with your thumb and your first finger, just like this. Take that T and just gently squeeze the stick right here. And then take the rest of your fingers and just wrap them around the stick. Now, if you'll notice, looking at my hand, we should see about an inch or two of the stick sticking out of our hand. If your hand is like this and you can't see anything, then it's back too far. If your hand is like this and you can see a lot of the stick, then your hand's up too far towards the tip. You want to move your hand back just so there's about an inch or two left sticking out. And then what you'll do is the same exact thing with your left stick. You'll pinch with the T, the thumb and the first finger, like that. Wrap your fingers around and then make it match the same way as your right hand, just like this. Now once you're there, we have our sticks being held in the right position. We have the height of our drum pad in the right position. The next thing you want to do is get the distance. How far away should we be from the drum pad? You'll take the back end of the stick, and again, you'll use your belly button. You'll put the back end of the stick right in your belly button, and the tip of the stick should fall right in the center of your drum pad. And that's how far we should be standing. So if your stick is like this, you're too close. If you're like this, you're too far. The tip should be right in the center. So again, let's review. The height of the drum pad is with your thumb in the belly button and the fingers beneath it, and it should be right beneath that. And then you'll hold the sticks with our T, fingers wrap around, a little bit of the sticks are left, and to get our distance to the drum pad, you put the back end of the stick in the belly button, and the tip should be right in the middle. Once you have your distance, keep your feet still, and take your sticks, put both tips right in the center. And then make sure your angle of the sticks is correct. If you'll notice, mine are at an angle slightly bigger than 90 degrees, a little bigger than a right triangle. So if your angle is like this, that's too small. We don't want to do that. If your angle is like this, that's too big. We don't want to do that. It should be right here, just slightly bigger than 90 degrees. Once the tips are both in the middle, you're at a slightly bigger than 90 degree. Lift both sticks up. You should look like this. Now we're going to play an exercise called play for 4, rest for 4. And that looks like this. Watch me. That's play for 4, rest for 4. We're playing quarter notes, 4 with the right hand and 4 with the left hand. Now you're going to try this with me. If you've noticed, my sticks are always starting up like this. And after I'm done playing, they end back up. We call that a full stroke. That's when the stick starts up and it ends up. It's very important that for this exercise and for all of drumming, you focus on the full stroke. So go ahead, put both your sticks in the middle. Don't forget about your angle, a little bigger than 90 degrees. Lift the tips up. And let's do play for 4, rest for 4 together. We're going to do 2 times on each hand. 1, 2, start with the right. Rest, rest, rest to the left. Rest, rest, back to the right. Rest, rest one more time on the left. And that's play for 4, rest for 4, using quarter notes with our full stroke. Now, if you want an extra challenge, after you can do the rest, see if you can take the rest out. It'll sound like this. And if you practice that enough, using the good full stroke, having the correct distance, with the correct height, holding the sticks at the right angle, and again, using full strokes, you'll develop really, really good technique on the snare drum, and you'll be able to play really fast eventually, like this. And that's our snare drum pad. So you will practice the drum pad, the play for 4, rest for 4, like we just did together. Now once you do that, we're going to switch over to our bells. So you can set your snare drum sticks down and untwist your pad to the left. And you can put that away in your case. And then to get prepared to play our bells, we now want to open up these supports on the top of the stand here, just like this. Lift them all the way up, and then you'll tighten that bolt. Now, if you'll notice on the stand, when we go to play the bells, there's a small opening and a big opening. Small one here and the bigger one here. You want to make sure the big opening is to your left. So place the big opening to your left, the smaller opening to your right. That's because if you look at your bell kit, you'll notice there's a bigger end and then a smaller end. So what you're going to do is there's usually a hole at the bottom of your bell kit. You want to take that hole and try to put it right on top of the screw that we put our drum pad into. So take the bigger end and put it on the bigger end, the bigger opening of your stand. And then put the hole right in the middle. And it should sit in there without moving too much. Now if you'll notice, these supports are on the outside of the bell kit. That way it won't move left and right, up and down. It's very secure. And then what we're going to do is take your bell mallets. We hold them the same exact way as the snare drum sticks. You just make your T, put the rest of the fingers around the stick, and we should just have about an inch or two of sticking off in the back of our hand. Do the same thing with your left hand. And then we play with full strokes, again, just like we did on the snare drum. The note name that we are going to play on percussion first is B flat. Now the way to do this is by knowing that our bell kit is in the same layout as a piano. That's where these are our black keys and these would be our white keys. Just like a piano layout is. There's white keys and there's black keys. Now what you're going to do is look at the black keys, these are the ones up top, and you should see a group of 3, a group of 2, a group of 3, a group of 2, and so forth. You want to identify the group of 3, so find all of your group of 3s. You should have 2 or 3 of them. And then pick one of those groups, go to the note all the way to the right of that group of 3. That's the note name B flat. That's the note we're going to start on. So find the group of 3, go to the note all the way to the right, and that's our B flat. Once you've identified that note, take your sticks, get your distance away, same way as the snare drum, with the back end of the stick and your belly button, and the top of your stick right over top of the bars. Have the stick grip the same way. Start up like this. Let's do play for 4, rest for 4 on B flat. Before we begin, your note name should sound like this. Or this. Or it could sound like this. Those are all B flats. I'm going to play the middle one, but you could pick any one at all that you'd like. So have both sticks up. Let's play for 4, rest for 4. 1, 2, right hand first. Rest, rest, now to the left. Rest, rest, back to the right. Rest, rest, last time left. Very good. Now when you're playing the snare drum or the bells, you want to make sure that you're aiming for the center of the bar or the center of the pad. And that's how you'll get the best sound on the drums or the bells. And really focus on your aim when you do the play for 4, rest for 4. Whether it's hitting the center of the drum pad or whether it's hitting the correct note on the bell kit and hitting the middle. So you are going to practice all of that this week. And what you need to do is not practice this for an hour in a row without stopping. But the best way to do it is to practice your snare drum pad for about 5 to 10 minutes. Do the play for 4, rest for 4 exercise. Then go do something else. Go take a break. Then come back to it, play for a couple more minutes on your drum pad, and then play your bells for a few minutes. And then do the same thing the next day. So it's important that we don't practice for an hour in a row without stopping, but we practice for small amounts of time, multiple times throughout the day. And that's how you'll get really, really good at percussion. So everyone can have fun practicing, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Have fun.